Begin standing at the top of your mat, bringing the soles of your feet together. And just take a moment to drop into Tadasana, standing pose. Gently pressing into all 10 toes, pressing into the heels and the outer edges of your foot, both feet, so that the arches begin to lift. And then feel that lift traveling up your legs into your pelvis. Feel there's this lifting from your pelvis, lifting up out of your thighs. And that lift continues from your navel up into your heart. So you're lifting all the way up through your body. And then at your heart, we're going to draw the shoulders back and under. The shoulders drop down, the shoulder blades drop back and under to support you from the back of your heart. And then your chin drops down and your head draws back slightly. Palms are facing out and away so that the collarbone and chest is broad and open. Take a nice deep breath in here. The next inhale, we're going to reach both arms up overhead. Taking this gentle back bend. So a lot of times what can happen with the back bend is there's this like pressing forward, sagging through the hips. We're going to maintain the same lift that we had in the beginning. So pressing into all 10 toes, the outer edges of the feet, lifting through the insoles, up the thighs, hips lift, navel to heart lifts, and then the head lifts. Let's go ahead and take your hands with your thumbs right to the occiput, those two little bony prominences at the back of your skull. And then your fingers, rest of your fingers spread around your skull. With an inhale, you're going to pull up as you lean back. Continue lifting everything up as you lean back. Take a few breaths here. Feel the length at the back of your neck. You're going to maintain that length as you bring your arms by your ears. So you're still lifting everything up, but your shoulder blades are actually plugging down and back. Everything's lifting up except your shoulders, which are reaching down away from your ears. One more big breath in, maybe lean back a little more. And then exhale with the flat back, we're going to bow forward. So this flat back means that heart reaches forward first, your hips reach back. And once you come parallel, you can fold. Now, please bend your knees. Bend your knees as much as you need to so there's no strain in your back and your chest can come just about to your thighs. Take some breaths here. You really want to avoid the rounding of the spine. So if having straight legs means you're kind of lifted up and round, that's going to put some strain on your low back. So bend your knees until you can really comfortably relax here. And then we're going to lift up halfway. So as we do that, we straighten the legs, but not at the expense of our spine. So the first thing we straighten is the spine. Inhale, you'll kind of telescope the neck as you look forward, flatten out your back, and then maybe straighten out your legs. Especially with this first lift, the legs might need to stay bent so that your spine can be straight. It can be helpful to bring your arms back by your sides. That's going to broaden your collarbones, create space and openness across your chest. Big breath in, and then go ahead and lower your hands back to your shins. Keep the collarbones wide. Exhale to fold. Next inhale, lift just like that again. Halfway lift, and then this time we'll reach the arms up and around, coming back to stand. Exhale, take a little back bend just like you did. Keep everything lifting up. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale into Tadasana. We're going to do that again. Soft knees as you inhale, sweep the arms out, around and up. Exhale, palms will come forward towards your heart as you bow with the heart forward, flat back. Inhale, you're going to lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, we're going to fold. This time we will step our right foot back with the fold. Finding this proper foot placement. So it used to be thought that your heel of your front foot, so we'll say the left foot is in front, was in line with the arch of your right foot. But you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, that best alignment for you, because everybody's hips are a different width. And really the point is you want your foot in line with your hip. So as you inhale, you're going to press into both feet like you're stretching your mat long, and then lift your torso up. For now, we're going to keep the arms down and just focus on the legs. Press firmly into both feet, like you're trying to stretch your mat, like your mat is taffy and it's your job to stretch it out. So go ahead and press into both feet really firmly. Feel what that does to your thighs. Now here we're aiming to have both hips squared forward. Maybe that tweaks your back leg, in which case, if your knee has any issues, you can lift that back heel, no problem. You can also maybe find that you're in a slightly wider, more open pose. Just know that your direction and your goal is to bring both hips forward. So just feel your legs holding here, couple more breaths. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring the arms up. But just like when we took our little standing back bend, we're keeping length through the whole back of your body, the whole front of your body, the back of your neck. Let's take the hands to the occiput again. Inhale, lift up and open. Big openness across your chest, front of your body. And then let's just get into our back and shoulders a little bit. As we exhale, let's bring the elbows forward, round your spine. Just bring your elbows in towards your navel. And then inhale up, elbows open. Exhale, we'll come forward, rounding in. Inhale up and open. Feel your legs working to hold you here. Exhale again, rounding and forward. Inhale up, check in with your legs. Press firmly into the mat like you're lengthening the mat long. Squeeze your inner thighs together. One more breath in, reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, lower your hands down, step into a plank. Hold this plank. Reach your heels back, heart forward, long through your spine. If you have a mirror, try this in front of the mirror sometimes, because sometimes we don't realize, but our butts are sagging or maybe they're a little bit lifted. So just take a few breaths here. And then as we exhale, we're going to lower to chaturanga. So chaturanga is not all the way to the ground. It is a push-up. So if you notice, something I commonly see is people move towards chaturanga and it kind of looks like this. Like they kind of just skip the middle part. So we're going to avoid that. As you exhale, you're just going to bend your elbows as far as you can without collapsing or changing the shape of your body in any way. Elbows bend. Maybe you just go here. Maybe you can come all the way down. Wherever you are, as you inhale, you're going to cast your heart forward and then up. So let's try that again. Just go back into your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your elbows as much as you can. Inhale, heart forward, rolling across your feet and up into an upward facing dog. And then exhale, we're going to come back up onto the tops of your feet. So you're in your upward facing dog. Bend your knees and press yourself back. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Finding your down dog. So you can play with the interplay between having your legs straight and having your chest reaching back. So one will likely compromise the other unless you're really, really open. So go ahead and bend your knees and just press your heart back to your thighs. Press, press, press. So you're super duper open through your chest, engaged through your shoulders, pressing heart towards thighs, and then begin to straighten out the legs. And then just feel that interplay, heart towards thighs, legs towards straight. Next time you inhale, lift up on your toes. Exhale, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to bring your torso parallel with the ground. So you're really bending deeply, and then you're going to spring towards the top of your mat, transitioning your weight to your hands for a moment. Landing. Inhale, you'll straighten the legs out, lift up halfway again. Bringing the arms back is a great way to really get used to this spreading across the front body as you lift, and then exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up, flat back. Exhale, we'll take a little back bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms down by your side. Find that Tadasana again. Just check in, make sure nothing has gotten sleepy. Everything continues to lift. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, engaging through the inner instep and the legs, lifting from your pelvis, navel and heart, everything's lifting up except the shoulders are dropping down. Couple of breaths. And then soft knees. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're going to come down with a flat back, hinging at the hips. Fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, telescope that neck, broad chest. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back this time. Again, take a moment to just find that alignment. Where do you feel like your leg is moving straight back and your right heel is in line with your hip? And then press firmly into both feet. Rise up, hands on your hips for now. And just find it for yourself. Aiming to keep drawing that right hip back, left hip forward, simultaneously pressing down into both feet like you are lengthening, stretching your mat. One more little layer is you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Your legs are so engaged, super strong, and those strong engaged legs liberate your spine. So you can go ahead and bring your hands to the occiput, your thumbs to the occiput, lift up, lean back. Feel that openness across the upper part of your body. Next, inhale, your arms can come up by your ears. And then exhale, we'll lower your hands, step back to the plank. Inhale, take a big breath in your plank, find your plank. Exhale, we're gonna lower through chaturanga again, just as far as you can. Maybe it's right here. Then inhale, you slide forward, bringing your heart forward so your hands and your hips come close together as you lower your hips. Taking an up dog, you can look up, keeping that length through the back of your neck. Thighs stay off the ground. And then exhale, rolling over the feet, bend the knees, lift, inhale, down dog. 3 breaths. And down dog again, finding that interplay between belly towards thighs and legs towards straight. Heels rooting towards the earth. Legs reaching back, thigh bones reaching back, heart reaching back, everything reaching back towards the back edge of your mat. Fingers pressing firmly into all 10 fingers, supporting your wrists, supporting your grip. And then inhale, up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, level your torso like a loaded spring to the top. Inhale halfway, exhale to fold. Keeping it real simple today, but simple is not always easy. Inhale, we'll lift up, flat back. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, release down. Take just a few breaths here. And then as we inhale, we'll reach up. Exhale, we're going to come into a chair pose. So for chair pose, just hinge at your hips. Dip your fingers down like you're dipping them, dragging them in water. And then you're going to drop your hips, bend your knees, and with an inhale, swing your arms back up. And as you're here, not only are we thinking about anchoring our hips, lowering our hips, squeezing our thighs, so press into the outer edges of your feet like you have on ski boots. Feel your thighs active and engaged so that you can again liberate your torso. Try taking your hands behind your head, lifting up so you're trying to get this slight arch through your thoracic spine, your upper back. Engage through your abdomen, drop your hips a little more, bend your knees a little more deeply, bring your arms back up by your ears. 3 breaths. Next, exhale, go a little deeper, then inhale, press to stand, and exhale to fold. Next, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, you're going to step your right foot back, and you're going to bend your left knee. Take a couple of breaths here, and just bring your left foot back to about halfway down your mat. Then you're going to plant your hands, and you're going to press your abdomen so it's kind of moving away from your thigh, rounding through your back. And then you're going to lift your back foot. We're going to move towards a handstand prep. We're not going to go all the way up. You're just going to round your back so that you're pressing away from your thigh. You're going to lift your right leg and take a couple kicks. Keep that pressing through the back body as if you're pressing away from your thigh. One more, and then lower back into that original shape. Inhale, we're gonna come up with an open hips. So we're taking a short stance, warrior two. Both hips are pointing in the same direction, chest in that same direction as well. Take the arms out by your sides. And then as you inhale, we're gonna straighten your left leg. So the left toes are pointing forward as that left foot is parallel with the mat. And your right toes are more or less parallel with the back of the mat, but you can kind of play with that angle, see what is going to feel best for you and give you the most space for your hips. So you want that right hip to be able to kind of peel open. You want both hips to be able to face the same direction, chest to face the same direction as much as possible. And then as you exhale, you're going to shift your hips back, but keep lifting up out of your hips with your torso. So there's this length. We're not going to go all the way down because we're going to play with this length and this lift. Just start to bring your torso parallel with the ground. Keep that lifting up out of the hip. And then go ahead and take your top arm up by your ear, or both arms reaching overhead. Feel the engagement of your body. And then after you feel it, for a couple of breaths, lower your left arm. Inhale that right arm up for the traditional Trikonasana shape. And just take a few breaths. If you have a block, this is a great place to use it. You can rest your left hand on your block. That right arm reaches up. Notice how your feet are feeling. Press into both feet, strong and firm, and then press your hips forward. Draw your head back. With an inhale, you can look up at that right arm, but if it creates strain in your neck, keep your head forward or look down. And with the next inhale, we're just going to kind of move the head back and forth. So with an inhale, you'll look up at the hand, and with an exhale, you'll look down. Do that a few times with your breath. Inhaling up, looking up at your pinky finger with your left eye. And then exhale, looking down at your toes. The next time you inhale, pause, head's reaching up. Press into both feet, re-engage, find that lift through your waist, lifting up out of your hip. And then we'll rise back up, find that short stance warrior two. Big breath in, exhale, step back, find a plank, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, heart forward and up, exhale, down dog. Notice the difference between the two sides of your body. And then inhale, look forward, step your right foot forward to about halfway down your mat. Press into both feet, both hands, and you're going to start to round your chest away from your thigh. So really feel that lifting, that rounding action. That is the strength of your handstand. Again, we're not going all the way into the handstand. I'm just going to do some kicks. So as you're ready, with an inhale, kick that left leg up and then lower back down. We'll do that 4 times. And then when you're done, land back into that narrow stance. And with an inhale, we'll come up into that narrow warrior two. Again, both hips pointing in the same direction, shoulders in the same direction, arms out. And then inhale, straighten that right leg. Again, front toes are parallel with the sides of the mat. And then the back foot is maybe parallel with the back of the mat, but you can play with that, making sure that the angle of your foot allows for your hips to be open. And then with an exhale, slide the hips back. Find this spaciousness between the thigh and the torso on the right side as you reach forward. And stay lifted for a few breaths. That left arm can come up by the ear or all the way over. Feeling the strength of your body holding you here. And then once you really feel it, you can open into that triangle pose as we know it. Again, a block can be helpful. And you can have the block either on the outside, the pinky toe side of your foot, or on the inside. But wherever you are, you're wanting to press your hips forward, draw your head back, keep that lift and length through the right side. And then inhale, we'll look up at the fingers. And exhale, we'll look down at the toes. Again, that right eye is going to look up at the pinky. And exhale, everything down to the toes. The next time you inhale, pause, re-engage your side body, lift on up and bend that front knee, and then exhale, we'll lower down, step back, find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, we'll come into a child's pose. So in child's pose, you have options. You can have your legs together like this with no space in between. And then your back can kind of round over your thighs. A little compression through your abdomen, as well as your thighs and your calves. Or you could take your legs a little bit wider, so your knees are about as wide as your mat. Your toes are touching behind you, and then you can soften into the middle. This gets a little bit more into the hips and the thighs, a little bit more openness through your chest. So find what's serving you today. Find which one you want to be in. And then with an inhale, we'll come on up to all fours. Find your wrists right under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. On your next in-breath, lift your left arm up, open your chest to the side, press into your right arm away from the ground, and then exhale, we're going to thread this left arm underneath the right, but pause here. Squeeze that arm up into your chest. Feel this rotation and opening through your back body, and then bend that right elbow, set yourself down onto the ground. You can stay right here, or you can lift your right arm up. But wherever you are, you're wanting to keep pulling that right hip back so there's length through the right side of your body as it twists. You can also flip your right palm away and tuck that hand back behind your sacrum on your left hip. And then inhale the arm up. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, unfurl. Exhale, release. We'll take it on the other side. Inhale, that arm up. Again, pressing into the ground. Spinning your heart open towards the sky. And then exhale, thread it through. Before we set it down, we're going to engage, squeezing the arm up, so feel your back engage. And then exhale, just bend the left elbow, set yourself down. You can stay right here, or you can inhale that left arm up. Or maybe you want to flip the left palm and lower it, tucking it over on your right thigh or onto your sacrum. And then inhale that arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Inhale, unfurl. Exhale, lower. Swing your legs out in front of you. And we'll come to lying on your back. You're going to have your feet just past the tip of your fingers, so you can't quite reach your heels. And then as you inhale, just allow your tailbone to reach towards the ground, so this natural curve in your low back lifts up off the ground. And then as you exhale, you're going to press that curve of your back flat into the ground by slightly engaging your abdomen. So your spine is very long, back body is very long. And then from there, follow that curve of your pelvis as you lift your hips up off the ground for a bridge pose. Press firmly into both feet and then tuck 1, 2 shoulders under. Take your hands in a clasp if that's available behind you, pressing into the floor to lift up through your hips. So feel the front of your body, your hips, your thighs, everything reaching up towards the ceiling. A few nice big breaths. And then exhale. Release the arms out to the side. Lower your hips, lower your back. And then take one foot out off your mat, other foot out right off your mat. So you're wide open. You can rock your toes in towards each other, broadening your sacrum. Rock them away. Take any last little wiggles or movements that you need before resting into Shavasana. Letting the full weight of your body go. Surrendering the efforts of your practice to the hug of gravity. Begin to even out your breaths. Observing the inhale and the exhale. Starting to grow your awareness around their length, bringing them to about the same length, in and out. You can stay right here as long as time allows. Thank you for practicing with me today.